Think with the doctor. Yes, he's got it. He carries down. Way back the baby to Cleveland.
Until morning. Ewing.
Oh, wow.
He's going to try to get one more shot off the left. Push the ball there.
How about that?
Steps over Toronto. He thought about three. He'll put up a three.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Boom Broadcasting presents Three from Deep. I'm your host, Jason Calenzo. Welcome to the show. Thank you all very much for joining me here on Saturday. I appreciate you being here. A lot of great stuff to get into today. The NBA world has been shocked. So we're going to get to that here in a second. But first things first, if this is your first time here joining me on Three from Deep, welcome. I am Jason Calenzo. This is Three from Deep, and you are on the Boom Broadcasting Network here. So take a hot minute, stop what you're doing. If you can, hit that like and subscribe button for me, man. I would greatly appreciate it. And you will not be sorry for doing that, because here on Boom Broadcasting, not only do we have sports shows, we got TV shows, we got wrestling shows, we got all kinds of great content providers, man. You have to jump on and join the bandwagon for one of the best up-and-coming YouTube channels on YouTube. So please jump in and check us out. Go back, look at some past episodes, kind of go through the channel. You will not be sorry. And I wholeheartedly tell you that, because I'm enjoying it. I love this channel. I love being on here with Boom Broadcasting. This is a family affair. A lot of great guys here. So please join us. So salute to my Boom Broadcasting family. Thank you very much. And guys, the NBA playoffs. We're in the finals. It's hard to believe we're here in June. It's been a long road. This year has gone by super quick. We're already halfway through it. And finals. Wow. I think somebody forgot to tell the Pacers that they were supposed to lose on Thursday night. So let's jump right onto this, because the NBA world is shocked right now. We've had a lot of shocking moments this year in the NBA, you know, with the Luka trade and some of the other amazing things going on this year. But man, Thursday night, game one in the Thunderdome, which the Thunder were undefeated at home during the playoffs. Amazing home record. That crowd was loud, but at the end of the game there, it got pretty quiet. So, man, I don't even know where to begin with that. I mean, Thunder were rolling. The Thunder was rolling. Up 15 points with about 9 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. SGA having a good game. Bit of a back and forth defensive battle, and we'll talk about that here too in a second. But Indiana playing the same old song, doing what they've been doing these whole playoffs. They score, they score points in bunches. They get up and down the court. They make stops when it's critical. They make shots when it's critical. And they stunned that Oklahoma City crowd with a last-second shot by Mr. Tyrese Haliburton to win the game 111-110. I don't even know. Again, they did this against the Knicks. They did this against the Bucks. They did this against Cleveland. I would think that teams do teams not watch tape anymore? I don't understand how the Thunder slept and let them do what they've been doing the whole playoff a run that they're having here, and it has been an amazing run for the Indiana Pacers. Probably one of the biggest, greatest playoff runs we've seen from a team in a long time. Just, they're not supposed to be there. Everybody's kind of picking against them, and then they keep on rolling. So that Oklahoma defense, where did it go? Indy field goal percentage shot over 47%, 47.6%. Shot 46.2% from the 3-point line. Siakam, 19 points, 10 rebounds, the high scorer. Tyrese Haliburton, 14 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists, but had 2 very important points. And then, Indy had 6 players in double figures. This Indiana basketball team has such a deep team, a starting 5, and then that bench is so deep. It is amazing what they are doing in these playoffs against some very good teams. And the more you count them out, the more they just come back at you. It is insane. The biggest number that is even more insane is that the turnovers. Indianapolis had 24 turnovers in that game. Oklahoma City had 6. Yet they still came back and won the game. Or even had a chance to win the game, to me, is still amazing. Up 15 points with 9 minutes to go. Again, guys, this is like just deja vu. They have been doing this whole playoff series here. Down against the Knicks game 1. Same thing. Last second shot. Down in Cleveland, coming back. Down against the Bucks, coming back. Everybody has counted these guys out against Oklahoma City. Look, I even said it. I didn't think it was going to be a sweep. I said Oklahoma City on 5, which is still kind of alive, but not the way Oklahoma City looked. But man, they just the overall favorites. And I talked about this with my man Cody from Drew Code Sports Talk a couple episodes ago. I had him on and we talked about it, and we said, look, Oklahoma City, this literally is being served to you on a silver platter. You're the preemptive favorites. You've crushed the West and got through there. Had 1 or 2 bad games, but ultimately you were blowing teams out, and your defense was historic. And here we are again talking about the Indiana Pacers coming back in the 4th quarter, making clutch shots, making clutch plays, and doing the mic drop at the end of the game. Insane. But let's talk about Indiana's defense. You got SGA had 38 points. We know he was going to get his. Chet Holmgren, 6 points and 6 rebounds. Where are you at, Chet? That was not an impressive game. Williams, 17 points. Dort, 15 points. We only had 4 guys in double figures. Field goal percentage for Oklahoma City, 39.8%. Terrible. 36.7% from 3-point. So Indiana's D showing up as well as their offense. And with 0.3 seconds to go, Tyrese Haliburton goes down and makes yet another clutch shot. We've been knocking Tyrese Haliburton a little bit. I know it's been back and forth a little bit, whether he's a superstar, whether he's not. During the Knicks game, the Knicks series, there was a lot of talk about that. He's not really ready for that. He's on a different tier. He's not a superstar. Jalen Brunson's the superstar. All Tyrese Haliburton is doing is winning and dropping game winners. And this is huge. I guarantee anybody who put money on the Pacers Thursday night won a shit ton of money, because they were not favored in that game. It was Oklahoma City by 9, I believe. So If you bet on the Pacers, you won. Game 2 Sunday at 8 p.m. What does Oklahoma City do now? They just got punched in the mouth. They got Indy 500 punched in the mouth by those Pacers. They need to bounce back and bounce back big. Because if not, this is going to loom. This is what doomed the Knicks. That game 1 loss, I really believe, doomed the Knicks in that series, because now every time you had a lead or every time Indiana started going away with it, you started getting that in your head. And that lives in your head. When you give up 15 points in 9 minutes in a fourth quarter, when you have a historic defense, you've never won a chip before. This is your first time with this group in the finals. Tell me that is not going to live in your head and that the pressure is not going to all of a sudden show up when you know, oh man, they're scoring again. Uh-oh, they're doing a run. And next thing you know, you're in quicksand. Oklahoma City's in quicksand right now. Indianapolis has nothing to lose. They made it to the finals. They're not favored. They are the huge underdogs, and they are eating that shit up. And they are embarrassing teams right now. Beat a Giannis team. Beat a 60-win Cavaliers team. Beat Jalen Brunson and the Knicks. Showed up in the Garden. And here they are now in one of the toughest arenas to play in the NBA. One of the loudest arenas to play in the NBA, the Thunderdome. They come in and steal a win in game 1 and knock Oklahoma City on their butts. This is going to be tough to bounce back for Oklahoma City, and they better do it in game 2. Indianapolis, whatever formula you got, it is working. Keep doing it. Rick Carlisle is coaching his tail off in these playoffs right now and is becoming he's always been a great coach, but man, he is like just putting himself on the next level right now with what he's doing with this Indianapolis team and how he's got these guys firing on all cylinders and these comeback victories. It doesn't matter how much they're down. They're never out of it. It is absolutely insane. You see 1 or 2 games like that. Yeah, but Indianapolis has been doing this the whole playoffs. And that has what has gotten him to the finals. But let's talk about Big Shot Haliburton. Because it had me thinking of Big Shot Bob, Robert Horry. You know, all you youngins out there, please do your homework. Go look up Robert Horry, Big Shot Robert Horry, Big Shot Bob. 7 championships. And that's what Haliburton reminds me of. Robert Horry would get you some points, but man, when it is clutch and the end of the game and you needed a shot to go down, Robert Horry broke hearts. Whether it was for the Lakers, it's for Houston, or I can't remember. I know Houston, the Spurs. Robert Horry's been on a bunch of different teams, and he's won everywhere he's gone. But especially the Lakers, he made some huge, huge shots. He's got 7 rings. But Big Shot Bob, if you needed a shot at the end of the game, and Robert Horry got the ball, that thing was going in. And right now, Tyrese Haliburton is that same kind of player. He'll get you some points, but when it's clutch time and you need a win, Big Shot Hal got you. This is his 4th essentially game winner or game tying shot. So game 5 against the Bucks with 1.3 seconds to go beats the Bucks in game 5. Game 2 against the Cavs, a little over a second to go, beats the Cavs. Game 1 versus the Knicks, the bounce, it goes in. If that ball does not go in, The Knicks win that series. And they breathe a sigh of relief because they came back. They were up 17 points with like 6 minutes to go in the game. And Indianapolis came back. And now the fourth time in these playoffs, Tyrese Haliburton has hit a shot with like less than 2 seconds to go to win/tie the game. Big shot, Hallie. Woo! It's crazy. And these kind of things, especially if Indiana can win this thing, you talk about like when Jordan hit the shot over Elo against the Cavaliers, 89. 2019, I think it was. I wrote it down. It's either 18 or 19. I think it's 19. Can't read my handwriting again. Kawhi Leonard hits that shot in the corner, which bounces and then goes in and crushes the hopes of the 76ers and leads Toronto to an NBA championship. These are the kind of things, and these are the kind of shots, these are the kind of performances that etch your name in the minds of basketball fans, and you're going to live on. Because Robert Horry, Big Shot Bob, lives on. Some of those last second shots. So since 1997, go ahead or game winning shots in the playoffs. LeBron James has 8. Haliburton has 5 now, and 4 of them in these playoffs. Reggie Miller has 5. So you got 2 Indiana guys on there. Both of those guys have broken my heart as a New York Knicks fan. But history is repeating itself here. This is insane. I could not believe what I was watching. That Indiana was coming back again to win the game. And won the game. Stunned. Stunning game 1. Game 2 Sunday. Can Oklahoma City bounce back? I think they can. I've been wrong numerous times during these playoffs. I've been right a couple of times, but you know, when you're watching it on TV, it's a little bit different. But man, let's see if this performance wakes Oklahoma City up. I don't know if they thought they were going to just cakewalk through this thing or what. But absolutely insane game 1. This has been a great NBA playoffs so far, and game 1 did not disappoint. Guys, drop me a line. Let me know what you thought. Let me know what you thought when you watched the game. Let me know what was going on in your head, because I couldn't believe it. I was having Knicks flashbacks. I mean, it's like, okay, Oklahoma City, is that really you out there? Or is that the New York Knicks? Like, I maybe they were switching jerseys or something. I mean, I don't know if Oklahoma City was like, okay, maybe we could sleepwalk through these playoffs. Indianapolis came to play. They didn't care about, who's favored, who's not. They came in to a hostile environment and did what they do. Came back, won the game. We out. Man. All right, guys. Let me know what you think. Game 2, who do you got? I think Oklahoma City bounces back. I think that was embarrassing. That was a terrible loss for them. SGA as the reigning MVP. This is the time where you have that closed door, players only meeting, and you dig into their asses, because you cannot have another performance like that. You cannot let you cannot let the Indianapolis Pacers, man, I can't even talk. It's so crazy. Can't let the Indiana Pacers come in your building and embarrass you because they've already done it. They did it to the Knicks. They did it to the Cavs. They did it to the Bucks. Watch game tape, guys, please. Doesn't anybody do it anymore? Insane. We'll see game 2, and we'll talk about it on Monday's show. We'll see what we have to talk about. Man, but what a playoffs. The excitement, the drama. Just when you think you know what's going to happen, boom. Madness. All right, guys, let's get into the layup line. I haven't done this in a while. I like doing my little layup line, my little short stories here. We still got some other stuff going on in the association. So let's drop in real quick and talk about the new Suns head coach. I know the Phoenix Suns had a lackluster season this year, 36-46. They were absolutely terrible. Their big three was a big flop with Booker and Beal and Durant. I have a feeling all of them are going to be gone. Now that you got a new head coach in, Jordan Ott, Suns' new head coach, signed a 4-year deal. Does he last 4 years? Phoenix doesn't have a good track record right now. He was the Cavs assistant underneath Atkinson. Started out in 2013 as the video coordinator for the Hawks under Mike Budenholzer. Spent 3 years there, kind of followed, ended up going over to Brooklyn with Atkinson. Stayed in Brooklyn till 2022. Then spent a couple of years in L.A. with Darvin Ham with the Lakers. And then came back over and was the assistant for the Cleveland Cavaliers back with Atkinson. So he's been in the NBA circle for, 12 years now. So, it's one of those up-and-coming new coaches. So it's nice to see fresh blood, that the NBA is just not regurgitating coaches. It's nice to see assistants getting a shot. Unfortunately, he inherits a shit show. Ownership questionable there in Phoenix. Are they really focused on that team? KD is pretty much gone. They want to get rid of Beal. Booker's the only other real asset you have. So do you trade Booker and get some pieces, get some draft picks, and try to rebuild? What do you do? So this will be interesting to see what happens. I know things are floating around in the wind that the Suns want to do a KD deal before the draft here in the end of June 25th, 26th. So we'll see. But Phoenix Suns, new head coach, Jordan Ott. Good luck, buddy. You got something going on in the desert there, and right now it's not good. So I hope they can get you some help. I hope you can get some pieces and make those trades and just make that team better. Because it stinks to not see. I remember old Phoenix teams, with Sir Charles and Dan Marley. Phoenix with Stoudemire and a lot of guys. It's not a bad organization. I remember Shaq played there once. He said he liked the desert because they had the healing powers of the desert helped him out as he was getting older. So we'll see what happens. A lot going on right now. Some things in the wind here about my New York Knicks. And, of course, we're going to be discussing that the closer we get, and hopefully the closer we get to finding a head coach. But it looks like they're trying to get or going to start working on the process to get permission to talk to Jason Kidd. That seems to be something we're seeing in the wind here. The Knicks want to talk to him about being their new head coach, which I can see happening. Look, when everything went down, Nico Harrison, that press conference after he traded Luka where he talked about him and Kidd were on the same page, yet Jason Kidd had no idea he was trading away Luka Doncic, and you could just see the demoralized look on Jason Kidd's face, how he just did not want to be there, and he could not believe what Nico had done. So I would not be surprised to see Jason Kidd trying to work his way out of Dallas. I would love to see the New York Knicks try to trade for Klay Thompson. I think we need a three-point shooter. I'd love to get somebody like him there. So Knicks, you go out, you do a little trade, you get Giannis, you get Thompson, Jason Kidd coaching it. See what happens. But that should be a little bigger story here soon. As soon as I hear some more about it, we'll talk about it here. Again, getting in that layup line. And, shout out New York Liberty. 8-0 right now. Woo. WNBA in full effect right now. So, of course, now that my Knicks are done, I'm focusing on some Liberty with Stewart having a huge game, taking them. They're in first place right now, 8-0, but right behind them, who they played last year for the chip, Minnesota Lynx, are also 8-0. So right now you have two undefeated teams in the WNBA. The Liberty play Chicago on Tuesday, and the Lynx play Sunday against Dallas with no Paige Beckers. Looks like she's still nursing that concussion. So Paige Beckers out another game. I think that's her third game now. So that's really hurting Dallas, and again, hurting the game. But what's really hurting the game is Caitlin Clark not being in there. And you can tell by some of the things, the ticket prices and that are going on, and just the fervor that is around the WNBA. It loses a little steam when Caitlin Clark is not there, and we're seeing that. But it looks like hopefully she may be back this coming up week, possibilities. So we'll see how that goes. But get better, Caitlin Clark. The WNBA definitely misses you. But man, New York Liberty, let's keep it up. I want to see some back-to-back here championships for that New York Liberty. So great job there starting this season 8-0. And guys, I still am in shock. I was having New York Knicks flashbacks with this Indiana Pacers team. But what a crazy game one of the NBA Finals. Just when you think you know what's going on, there you go. So that is why they play the game. So nobody told Indiana they had to lose. They came in there and handled their business. So game 2, Sunday night. Again, drop me a line, guys. Let me know who you got. And I appreciate you guys joining me here. We have a lot more to discuss. We'll get back here on Monday. We'll talk about game 2. We'll see what happens. Any other news pops up, we will jump on it. Again, my New York Knicks is still hunting for a head coach. There is trade rumors flying around. There's just a lot going on before this this NBA draft at the end of the season. So be prepared for some breaking news and jump on. Again, guys, like and subscribe. I appreciate you joining me. Hit me up with some comments. I'm Jason Calenzo. This is 3 from Deep, and I will see you all on Monday. Peace.